Readers, whenever you want to become good at anything, you want to get stronger in different ways. In basketball, you're not just going to shoot free throws. There are a million other parts to the game, too. You have to practice your drills, passing, running, ball handling, and so on. The same is true for reading. All these different ways or aspects together help make you a stronger player. Today, I want to teach you that being a more powerful reader is a lot like becoming a more powerful basketball player. As with anything you want to improve in, it's worth taking the time to think about what you're doing well and ways to become stronger. Let me show you what I mean. With basketball, players work on running drills, ball handling. For kind of sophisticated reading you're doing now, there is also a lot of different ways to become a stronger reader. Let me show you this informational checklist, way to grow as a reader. I'm going to go over it and how these parts affect my life. So thinking about my own reading, like you, I've got people to read with, and like you, I read outside these groups as well, outside of my book clubs. So I'm going to be kind of doing this over my free reading at home. So let me see. Using this checklist, plan a reading life, choose text, and make plans with other readers. I have an extensive amount of books on my list I want to read, so I'm definitely going to check that. However, I probably need to have more book clubs with my friends. But luckily for y'all have your book clubs. Make time for reading. For me, this was hard when I was younger, but when I started high school, I decided I'm going to set aside 15 minutes a day. And I made sure if it was before bed or when I woke up in the morning, I'm going to read for at least 15 minutes. Well, that later became 20 minutes, and then it became 30 minutes. So now, whenever I read as an adult, I usually try to force myself to read at least 30 minutes a day. Sometimes, of course, I read more, which is excellent. Write on the run as you read. So this one, for me, I like to buy my books when I can, and I write all over the margins. Um, Theories I'm working on, ideas I'm having. If it's a mystery, I have the most annotations in that because my brain's running a million miles an hour and I need to write down, hey, I might think this person's the killer. And it's so satisfying later on the book, noticing that tiny little clue and seeing, oh, I was right all along. Or maybe I wasn't, but it was still quite fun. I also keep index cards as bookmarks. That way I can take notes on my index cards rather than write inside the library book, because that's how you get banned from the library. Don't write in library books. Also, sticky notes. Sticky notes are your best friend. Then write more extensively to grow theories as you think back on your reading. So these two go quite together. Start taking notes while you're reading, and that's going to force you to think more about your book. And it's really going to push you to enjoy your novel more because you're investing time and energy into it. Next, talk about the text in ways that help you see more. This is why we're doing book club. When you're able to discuss your ideas and your theories with other groups, they can help you expand your thinking or see things in a new way. And then talk and think between the texts. So maybe this can relate to another story that you're reading, or if you're reading two books by the same author, you can notice similarities and differences between the two. So, readers, did you see how I used the checklist to consider my reading, just as I might do in writing? Do you see how these lenses helped me think of ways I can strengthen and enrich my reading life? I thought about what I am doing well and what I can be doing next for me as a reader. And as I thought about how I can get better at one of these skills, it's a process you can use to set goals as a reader or really anything else in your life. I'm going to give you a chance to think about your reading life. What are some ways that it's going well? Where are you pretty sure you could do some more powerful work? What conditions would have to change, or what would you want to figure out to try to become more powerful? I want you to take a moment to think and jot in the Padlet what you're thinking about. When you're ready, go ahead and add it to the discussion. And feel free to give each other good advice. Share what's going well in your reading life and what you're going to work on. Before I let you go, readers, I've been reading this book called Untangle by Lisa D'Amour. It's about the pressures of adolescent girls and what they struggle with. But what's interesting is that Lisa suggests that actually stress is important for change, and change is essential for growth. I thought that line was so powerful, especially in these times. Change is scary, but we need to accept change because that's how we grow as a stronger person. It's not that we want to avoid stress, but we want to make sure we have coping strategies so that the stress leads us to challenge and grow and not stay paralyzed. So go ahead, go add to your Padlet. What are you doing well as a reader, and what do you want to work on?